What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Breaking Boundaries. Let's go. We're going to talk about it. We're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on this show. Isn't that right, Alan?
That's right, brother.
Fucking A. Dude, what's up, man? Did you remember I told you about the Zelinski?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I heard all about it, dude. I heard he was a fucking dick when he went in there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the part where he was a dick, but I seen like so I missed that part. So I didn't see the whole thing, but I seen some clips of Trump and JD going on him hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the fucking one of the reporters was like, "You don't own a suit, bro."
Oh,
Because he's
shit.
not wearing a suit. He's like, "You don't have enough respect to come in the Oval Office." You know what I mean? I kind of felt bad for the guy, bro. They were going hard, but I didn't see the part whatever he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, apparently he came in with a really bad attitude at Trump. Like, he had no ambition to have productive talk at all. And he always does that, dude. He never comes in a suit. And, like, I'm not a suit and tie type guy, but, like, come on, dude. You're representing your country. You know when you go to someone else's country, you're supposed to adopt their traditions.
Yeah.
Our traditions in America are, when you're a professional like
Right.
that, when you're a politician, you wear a suit.
Right,
You
like
know?
like motherfuckers go to China and they'll wear their, you know what I mean? They'll wear their shit. So
Yep.
yeah, I get that. And I don't know. He seemed like kind of like a little bitch, bro.
Yeah, I never liked the guy.
Did you know he was a comedian?
Zelensky was?
He was a comedian, bro, and became president.
What the fuck?
Some weird shit.
Well,
dude.
he's still a fucking comedian of a politician, if
Dude,
you ask me.
some weird shit, you know. But it's just like, I don't know, man. It's a trip of, you know, what's really going on, dude.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So I don't pass no opinion on, like, even, you know, I love Trump. We talked about that, you know, Trump and Andrew Tate. They're my guys, dude. But who knows what the fucking truth is, bro?
Yeah.
Who fucking knows, dude?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you see they asked Trump about Andrew Tate?
Yo, yeah, I seen that. Yeah, dude. And he's like, oh, I don't know nothing about it. Like, dude, he has to love Andrew Tate, too,
I'm
bro.
sure he does.
You know what I mean? But he obviously, because of his the accusations on him too, you know, he has to dumb it down. But you see, Andrew Tate's in Miami now, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's in America now. He's like, let's go. Because
Exactly.
even he knows we're gonna have a fucking abundant next 4 years, dude.
Yeah.
And that's
sure.
what Tate was saying is that it's an even playing field for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has the opportunity right now. Doesn't mean everybody's gonna get it, dude. Because you have to position yourself right.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is going to be fair play now. There's not going to be any kind of scandalous shit going on.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot changing already, man.
Yeah.
And everyone likes to try to say that with this administration, it's not a change for the people. It is, dude. Fucking tax laws are changing. Fucking everyone loves to talk about how the tariffs are going to make everything go up. No, you watch, dude. Over the next 4 years, prices on everything are going to drop. We're going to have the upper hand in world economics again. I mean, like, there's no doubt about it, man.
Dude, they that's the thing. It's not for the people. We've been fucking broke for 4 years,
Exactly,
bro.
bro.
We've been broke, struggling, fucking homelessness, all this shit, bro.
Yep.
All this money going to all these other countries coming in. What do you mean it's not for the people, dude?
Exactly.
What the fuck do you mean? And I get what they're saying. So they're saying like, oh, we're going to, you know, if they put tax on, they're going to put tax on something. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to buy anything from any other country. Not only right that, okay, so the countries that are shipping shit in, okay, so they're going to throw taxes on, they're just going to charge us more, right? Which is going to force us to buy American products.
Yeah.
He's smart as hell, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't want to get all political up in this motherfucker, dude, but I just know that, dude, for me personally, it's going to be a win in fucking 4 years, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. How about them fucking crypto markets, bro?
Bro, you know,
It's a touchy subject right now, isn't it?
all I know, dude, is that when I fucking win, I'm gonna be like, fucking did that shit because I'm thinking to myself, dude, like, fuck, Carlo, like, you're not even, you know, putting in work, you know, because I'm like that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never doing enough, you know.
Right.
That's something I'm just that way, and we've discussed that, you know, like you know, that could be a plus or a minus, but it also makes you successful or whatnot. So
right.
with the crypto market, it's like just putting in. But to watch all your shit go down like that and to hang tight, dude.
Yep.
And not only that, bro, half my portfolio's down. Guess what I'm doing? Buying more.
Right.
I'm buying more, motherfucker. People, I told somebody, he goes, are you fucking crazy? What do you mean your portfolio's 50% down? You're buying more. I said, yeah, dude, because there's nothing else. There's no other fucking option. Like I'm in it. This is my plan. This is where I'm going, dude. And like, so if it works or it doesn't, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, a long time ago, I dated this chick, and she was real big into crypto, like really big into it.
Should have married her, bro.
Yeah.
You should have married her, bro.
But I remember this was, you know, before I really like knew much about crypto, and you know, and it's the same thing with stocks. So dollar cost averaging, right? So when you're down, you buy more because you're averaging out that cost that you spent on it to begin with. So when people say that shit, like, dude, the market's, you know, you're going to put more money into crypto, it's just going to keep going down. It's just, no, it doesn't keep going down. It always goes back up, bro. And this is the future of trading, dude. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can still buy, you know, a lot of people are still buying traditional stocks and big into the stock market, but crypto's where it's at, dude. It's more volatile, but more volatile means you win bigger. Yeah,
the more risk there is, the bigger you win. That's fucking life in general. You
exactly.
Know what I mean? Yeah, dude, and with dollar cost averaging too, like you have to like believe in the project too. Even if it's because dude, I'm in a lot of fucking I'm into some meme coins. I mean, there's some solid meme coins. They're in the top 100. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I believe in it. I know it doesn't have anything back in it, but I believe in the project. Like I believe in the coin.
Right.
You know, like some of the coins that I'm in, like my biggest holdings, bro, are like not what other people would have their biggest holdings. Right. You know, but I believe in it, and I dollar cost average in those ones I believe are going to go up. Right. So it kind of matches that. You know what I mean? Like you have to believe in the project. I'm not saying everybody's gonna be right. You know what I mean? Right. Everything's a fucking risk, dude. But I'm grateful, you know, that I'm one of the 5% that's in this. You know what I mean? Because there is only 5% of America. All these motherfuckers are buying the top. You know what I mean? They're buying the fucking top and they're selling when it goes down. The only thing that I've done right, dude, is I haven't fucking sold. Right. The only thing I've done right. Yeah. You know, for sure. And that's work itself because it's stressful as fuck. Dude. Right. It's stressful. It'll straight put you in a depression, bro. Yeah, for sure. I mean? For sure. Like a month ago, dude, I was like fucking straight depressed for a few days, dude. Right. You know, but I know. I'm not going to say I know. I don't want to ever say that. But
you can be pretty sure.
I can be pretty. I mean,
you're gonna win in the end.
There's just no other choice. Yeah. When I'm gonna pull out when I'm 50% in, for what?
Right.
I'm in it. You know, it's all in or nothing. You know. But no, I believe in this shit, bro. Like I do, man. Like this is happening, bro. Right. This is happening. Right. But I'm ready for that. I fucking told you so, motherfuckers. Yeah,
exactly,
you know what I mean? I'm ready to yell off my porch, bro. You know, I'm ready for that moment, man. So for sure. Please, God. Sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? True that.
But it's fun. It's a fun ride.
It is. It's a fun ride. Dude. For sure. But again, you told me about that meme coin bonk. Yeah. And I went and looked into it and I bought some of that. Yeah. Fucking at like few thousandths of a penny or some shit, you know? And I bought some of that and it moves with the rest of the market. So
that's the one that I put more money into also. But I had took profits when it went up about, I think it 3x'd, and I took some profits out, and then when it went back down right there, and I put some money back in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that I do that with you know, that one and Jasmine, bro. Like those are my coin. People would say I'm crazy, bro, for those being, you know what I mean? But that's just,
they're not gonna be saying you're crazy when the fucking market 15x's and you're fucking just rolling. They're gonna be your fucking best friends then,
dude. I know people don't, but I know motherfuckers think I'm crazy, bro, with whatever I do, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm super all over the place and I'm super sloppy with shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm just super. I just go and just take risks, dude. And I know, you know, people are like, "What the fuck is this?" Dude? Like when I start my businesses and this, like this motherfucker's crazy. Yeah, motherfuckers wouldn't do that, bro. Right? You know what I mean? I fucking left my place, lived in my car. Yeah. left $120,000 a year job. I was
Right.
only there 2 weeks,
Right.
but the energy wasn't good. Left it, went and lived in my fucking car, dude. Took the only $1,500 that I fucking had and started a business, bro.
Right.
Like nobody's gonna do that. They're gonna play it safe and they're
Yeah.
gonna stay at that job and they're gonna do this or that, you know?
Right.
And I'm not boasting, bro. I'm just proud
Yeah, of
of
course.
myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you just have to have faith, bro, because I refuse to fucking I refuse to be a slave, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't want to be a fucking slave, dude.
I don't blame you.
No,
Yeah.
man. So, you know, fail, but one time you're gonna get it right, you know?
Yeah. There's this dude Justin Waller. He's a good friend of Andrew Tate.
Mhm.
And,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He has this clip I saw of him, and he's talking about how, like, you know, people that gain success, it's like work. You know, I make nothing, but I'm a little bit better.
Yeah.
Work. Nothing happens, but I'm a little bit better. Work. Nothing happens. I'm a little better. Work. Boom.
Yeah.
And it looks like overnight success, right?
Yeah, yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
like,
people
no,
see. Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I know. And people, and because I only see that in people
Right.
too. And I love that analogy because it's the same way I look at it. It's like putting everything in, dude, 110% every day and not seeing results. Do you know what kind of human being it takes to build like that?
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
takes
mean?
resilience, dude,
And-
and
and-
a lot of people don't have that resilience.
No, they're not. They would rather stay safe, bro.
Yeah.
And they'd rather stay comfortable.
Yeah,
know?
and I understand the need to I understand the need for security,
Mhm.
the need for a little bit of certainty. You know, and if people want to live like that, that's fine. You know, I'm not hating on anyone like that, but I do think that the people that do gain the success that they want, they took risk. And there's no one who's actually successful stays comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And that could be you leave the workforce and start your own business, or that could be I've had fucking 15 jobs in the past 10 years because I've just kept moving up,
Right.
company to company, right? And I went from being a production employee on the floor to a fucking CEO,
Yeah.
right? But nonetheless, there's risk within that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can't be afraid, and you got to, and like you said, you got to quit a job, go to another job.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I'm not knocking like some people are work better. You know, I'm an entrepreneur by heart. You know what I mean? My father's an entrepreneur. All my brothers are entrepreneurs. I was raised in it since I was born. You know, my father had me around. I watched what he did. So I think it's more in my blood because some people are like, oh, how do you do it? And I was like, well, I was raised that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's in my blood. So, but some people work better. Some people are CEOs, man.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, depending on what your numerology numbers are, that kind of defines of what kind of person you are.
Right.
You know, so it's all different. And dude, taking a risk is work because it's mental stress.
Yeah,
dude.
it's mental stress.
It's mental stress, but it's risk, but it's calculated risk too. So people think that if you're an entrepreneur, you like just taking risk, but you're calculating the risk.
Right.
Like you have an idea of how things are going to play out and what steps they're going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
And that's one thing to think about. Like, don't just fucking take dumb risks.
Yeah, it's not a gamble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, take the risks that you know you can that you know that you're gonna win on as long as you keep working.
Right.
Don't take the risk that you know like no matter how much work I put into this, it's never gonna happen. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes maybe that's smart, but like that's not what taking risk is about. Take risks that you can mitigate enough to where you know you're gonna succeed, but you're not gonna fucking lose your ass on it. Right. But I guess for some people though, to get where they got, they did have to take those risks too. That they could have lost their ass on it.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, for sure.
I mean, and you just, in your situation, man, and in your career, you know, you just took some risk.
Yeah.
You know, and we talked about it. And,
Yeah.
and we talked about how it's crazy. You like want this thing and then it's there.
Yeah.
And you get fucking scared.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're so programmed to being, you know, so that's the job too, is reprogramming your mind. Is going against the grade.
Yeah.
You know, start brushing your teeth with your left hand, dude. It's fucking hard. Put your wallet, if you carried your wallet in your right pocket forever, put it in your left.
Right.
See how hard that is, bro? I did that about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. It's been in my left pocket ever since. I can't get it back in my right.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's because it's just repetition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and so yeah, it's but it's living life, dude. It's better than just being stagnant for me.
Yeah,
anyways.
I agree. Yeah, and I found myself, recently, like almost getting to that comfortable state to where I was about to be stagnant, and then I was like, dude, fuck this.
Yeah.
I gotta move up. I
Yeah.
gotta move up somewhere, and so I fucking did, dude. And now, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm making a lot more money than I was previously.
Yeah.
But once again, I just started doing this new thing where I'm making a lot more money, and I'm already like thinking about, all right, like what's my next move? What am I
Right.
going to calculate as my next
Right.
move, right? But like that's the thing, is it has to be calculated, and my next move has to be made at the right time, right?
Yeah, we still haven't we've talked about this and we still don't really have the answer.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's about being happy where you are. But as soon as you get something, you want something else.
Yeah.
But I think that we're just creators, dude. And that's because I'm happy where I am, dude.
Sure.
I'm happy where I am. But if you're not wanting something else, then what the fuck?
Yeah.
As a man, especially, like, what the fuck is. But then again, those who are actually truly happy with where they're at, I mean, that's a plus too, dude.
It is, for sure. I think it's about like, be happy and grateful for where you're at, but don't get comfortable enough to where you won't accept more.
Right.
Like a lot of people are like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need more money. I'm fine where I'm at. No, you don't have to be like that. You can be fine where you're at for now, but still always have it playing in your head. Hey, the next opportunity I see, I'm going to accept that opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's what took me all these years to figure out, is like, don't turn shit down just to stay comfortable, but don't force shit either to where you're going to lose a good opportunity for an opportunity that you think is good, and there's a good chance it's going to fall to shit, right?
You know what I like doing when I don't know, when I'm not sure, is I do this. I say yes to everything.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about that.
You know what I mean? I just say yes to everything, bro, because everything that's been like the most valuable in my life has came to me.
Right.
I haven't looked for it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to me, like I wasn't looking for it. Like, okay, that's meant to be.
Yeah, but you still did the work to get those things, right?
Yeah, no, I get that. But just like even this podcast, bro, like it was something I always wanted to do, but I didn't go out and make it happen. It kind of came to me.
I see what you're saying.
So I was like, so I'm sure of those things. I feel like those things are sent by God, instead of, the ones that I go and look for, okay, this is what I want.
Right.
You put it out there. This is what I want, and okay, let it come to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's in divine timing, and that's, it just, I don't know. I believe in those things that come to my business. I started, it found me. I didn't find it.
Yeah, true that.
And so those things, I'm more sure of those things than I put a certain thing out there, or it's like what I want, yes, but not how I'm going to get it.
Right.
When I do it, how I'm going to get it, I kind of drive myself crazy, and trying to make my way to get it.
Yeah.
It stops the universe and God from working in my.
Right. Think more about how you're going to keep it after you get it, right? Rather than how do I get there? How do I stay here?
Absolutely, man. So what's been going on, bro?
Fuck, man. Too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. Yeah, man, just fucking trying to fucking make it in life, bro.
Dude, I see things happening for you, bro.
Yeah, things are happening.
Dude,
I feel pretty good.
Dude, things have been happening for you. I love seeing it, bro. And I'm just like, and just me witnessing like these things happen for you.
And you know what, dude? Like it's crazy because like we always talk about how like you have to believe things are possible, and like it's true, dude. Because it's just recently that I've been able to put myself in that mindset of like, all right, I believe I'm worthy of this. I believe that things can happen for me. I believe, right? I used to be the type of person that I was in that mindset of like, I'm meant to live this specific fucking path, right? I grew up, I watched my parents work their ass off and go to these jobs. They did okay for themselves, but I don't think they made it necessarily where they wanted financially. And I think they worked way too hard for the money that they made.
Yeah.
But their mindset was you get a good job, you stay with that job, your entire life, and you stay certain and secure.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was that type of person that believed that's the life that's meant for me is the life that my parents lived. And so, you know, I worked the same job for 15 years that I left quite a while back. But like for 15 years of my life, from the time I was 18 to the time I was 33, 34 or whatever, I fucking worked that same goddamn job, and I wouldn't leave it. And I'd get the thought in my head every now and then, and I'd start seeing what's out there, and I'm looking on, you know, employment websites and things like that, and I'd see all these jobs, and I'm like, maybe I'm qualified for this, and then that voice would come in, nope, you're not. Mm-hmm. You're meant to stay where you're at. Mm-hmm. And I stayed, dude. I stayed, and I made shit for money at that job, and I let that job, the ownership of that job, you know, brainwash me to think I'm only worth what they're paying me, and that I'm not worth more. And you know, I lived like that for a long time. And then recently, over the last few years, I started saying, I believe, you know, and shit fucking started changing, bro. Yeah. And now I'm real deep in it, where I'm like, dude, I'm open to anything. Yeah. Like I'm open to any opportunity that comes my way. And once I opened my mind like that, massive opportunities came my way with people and you know, financially, and just in every part of my life, opportunities are coming now. And it's because I fucking opened my mind to belief.
Dude, and that's so, like, that's where it starts. Like, it's so, because before, I was in the moving business too, dude. And it's like, and I was so proud of what I had before. Like, that's all I wanted, you know. I had a, you know, big house, motorcycles, vehicles, you know, vacation, all those things, dude. And I look at myself back then, but I didn't believe I could have more. Like, that was what I thought. So literally, it doesn't matter what you want, billions, millions, whatever you want, you believe it. I mean, but there's steps to get there, you know, but if you don't fucking believe it, you never take those steps.
Yeah.
You never do. So it's absolutely 100% true. I tell my kids that, man, if you believe it, you can fucking do it. And it's true, bro, because it allows those things to come to you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we always talk about how everything's energy. If the energy you're putting out is, I'm not worthy, or I don't believe in this, or, you know, I want but I can't have. If that's the energy you're putting out, that's the energy you're going to get back, right? Yeah. And it takes a lot to make that paradigm shift, I think. But once you make that paradigm shift, I'm telling you, it can happen for anyone. You shift that paradigm and start believing in yourself, and shit's going to start happening. And it's not all going to come at once. You're not going to go from fucking being homeless and on the street to a billionaire in a night. You know, you don't just believe and then it happens, but it starts with the belief, right? Right.
And I think at the beginning of my process, I thought that's how it was. And I just believed in it, it would come. And I was worried about it coming quick. And I was so focused on the biggest picture, you know. And the biggest thing that I learned from, and I've had some big manifestations coming in, is fucking letting go.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I know you're supposed to think about it or whatnot, dude, but just like, let it go. Mm-hmm. If it's something that hasn't came and it's been a fucking while, dude, the second I let it go, it comes, bro. But you're so used to wanting it for so long, so you're always thinking of it, you're always looking for it. It's hard to like switch that paradigm. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But literally, as soon as I did, bro, like that.
Yeah. You said it before. If you just keep wanting and wanting, if all you're thinking about is how you want, then that's what you're going to get back. Yeah, dude. You're going to keep fucking wanting, right?
Yeah, bro.
When you said that, I think you said it on the podcast, actually. That made a lot of sense to me. If the energy you're putting out is I want, that's what the fucking universe is going to give back to you. Just more wanting.
Yeah, yeah. And as soon as I let go of it, bam, there's, you know, and then I witnessed that. So this is the law of detachment. So I'm able to work off of that now with other things that I want, you know, but the law of detachment, that was a struggle for me to do the past year, bro. Yeah. The past fucking year, man.
Yeah, a lot of this shit I've learned from you. And speaking of that, even this most recent opportunity that I just took on that we've been talking about, that's kind of what happened. I went through all this work to like try to get into this, you know, financial position. And then I was like, fuck it, dude, it's not happening. And I just stopped thinking about it. And then fucking a month later, bam, the opportunity was there. And I hadn't thought about it for a month. I just stopped. Fucking months of thinking about it. And then I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to let this stress me out anymore. It's not going to happen. I'm fine with it. On to the next thing. And then bam.
Yeah. As soon as you fucking let it go. That's what helps me is going to work, like keeping my mind busy. You know what I mean? Like going to work, that helps me detach from things, dude. But even you, I had a transition from watching those good things happen in your life and how things were like flowing for you and they weren't for me. And that like sent off a switch of what I'm doing wrong. And then things started happening for me. So that. I learned from you, got me out of my rut by me seeing these good things happening to you. I said, wait a second, Carly, you've done all this work, all this and this and that. What are you doing? Okay, go back to basics. And things started happening for me. So that was my switch. And that's where I got my detachment from, where I said, okay, enough's enough. Stuff's happening for him. I want some stuff for me, right? And that's how, you know, it goes back and forth, bro.
And that goes back to what we're always talking about with who you surround yourself with, right?
Absolutely.
You fucking surround yourself with the right people, things are going to happen.
Surround yourself with fucking winners, you're going to win, dude.
Yep, absolutely.
It's the truth, man. That's what's fucking if you're out there, that's what's fucking holding you back from everything you could ever want or ever dream of, dude, is the fucking people you're associating yourself with. And that's funny because my father, when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Fucking, you know, who you hang out with, you know, and I never fucking listened to that shit, dude, you know? And it's the fucking truth, dude, because we just consume, man. We're so programmed, dude. Yeah, dude, I've had some awake. You know what, dude? Another thing, bro, is like, you know, you do all this healing and we talk about all this healing, you know, and then I had a situation come up recently where I'm like, oh, I still have some stuff there. Thought I did all this work, you know what I mean? And like, oh, here's some old stuff coming up.
Right.
You know, and dude, I'm a completely different person.
Right.
Like, I'm a completely different person.
Yeah.
You know, I stand, they're still solid in my knowing, dude. If you affect me, it's a wrap. If anything, you know what I mean? So I'm not the old person where I would put up with shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but there's still little things because, dude, once that's all you knew your whole life, this is how situations go. It takes fucking work, man, to like reprogram that. You know? So I'm aware of it. And what's cool is too, though, is I'm able to say, oh no, that's the old me.
Yeah.
You know, so they are coming up. Things are coming up, old trauma from old things, you know, and ways that I look at things. But I'm able to realize now, oh, that's the old me.
Yep.
That's not real.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
And so I think that's what the growth is. And then enough time of reprogramming, you know, things differently, you know, and then maybe it won't, or maybe it'll always be that way. Maybe the old self will always come up. But not acknowledging and not taking action on it, you know, or not judging a situation by it. I'm proud of myself. I've done that. Yeah.
And I think you have to let the old self come up somewhat just as a reminder, right? Like you're saying, you know, the old self comes up so that you can be like, wait, fuck, I'm backtracking. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I gotta keep moving forward. I'm not going back to that. Right.
Yeah.
And like, I can relate to that a lot too. Especially like as a parent, and just, you know, I've talked about how I had a kid really young and stuff. So I was a kid raising a kid, and I just didn't know anything about life. And like, there was a lot that I just did wrong during those years when my son was younger. I was just always angry, always negative, always yelling, always just, you know, not making life a pleasant life. Right. And I'll sometimes these days, like, something will happen, just the smallest thing, and I'll feel that anger building up in me, and I'll stop, like, wait, no. That's who I used to be. I used to let things get to me. I used to let anger rise out of me over the stupidest shit. That's not me anymore, right? And so now that I can recognize those feelings when they start to happen, I'm able to push them away, right? Where if I didn't have that memory of being that person, I might let it all out. Right. Yeah. But now I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm a fucking happy person now. I'm a positive person now. I'm, you know, working toward living a productive life, not living that negativity that I used to live.
Right.
And so it's helpful for that old self to come up every now and then, you know?
Dude, you don't know how many things, bro, that you say, like, that they help me and I learn from, bro. Like, when you were talking about your kid and worried about what he's wearing when there's more important issues.
Yeah.
Like that runs through my head, dude, when I'm like with my kids or I'm
Right.
bitching about something, like that runs through my head, bro. Like that helps me so much. And there's another video I was watching of you yesterday, and it came up on my feed, and it was about when you're taking risk and you and you believe in that thing, right? But then you start procrastinating on it because you start disbelieving the stuff. I was like, dude, that's fucking that was such truth, bro. That helped me so much, dude. Like I think of that because I've ran across the video a couple times, bro, and I'm like, dude,
right,
on point, man, on point, because it's like I didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know that I do that.
Yeah.
But I know that I've done it.
You're right.
But now I understand why.
Yeah. It's true. It's true because we do something with a gut feeling. And then once that thing's been done, we start to procrastinate it. And we procrastinate it out of fear, not because our gut feeling wasn't right. And so it's true, man.
I fucking love that, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking helped me out big. And the same thing with like, Abraham Hicks talks about it, about, you want it, it's there. Then you start demanifesting it because of your past. Oh, this could go wrong. That could go wrong. This could go wrong. It's like automatic, dude. That starts happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Real shit, bro. The mind's a crazy fucking thing, bro. It's a crazy thing. But at the end of the day, dude, we are creating all this shit with our minds, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
We are creating all this shit with our minds, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's crazy is fucking where is AI gonna take us? Not to switch the topic, but thinking about the human mind just made me start thinking about AI. AI is fucking crazy, bro. So the other day, I forced AI to tell me something that it didn't want to say. So I went to Google AI Studio, and I have to travel soon to Alabama, and I never went and got my real ID or passport or anything, dude. So I'm sitting there asking Google AI, like, am I going to be able to travel with a normal driver's license in March 2025?
Yeah.
And it's like, you should be okay traveling with a normal driver's license because the deadline for a real ID is in May. And I'm like, am I 100% okay to travel? And it's like, well, since I'm AI, I can't say with absolute certainty that anything is possible, but I can tell you that I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. So I kept talking it, and I fucking was like, no, tell me right fucking now that you're 110% sure I'm going to be all right. I just started fucking with this AI, and I got it to do it, bro. And it fucking was like, okay, I'm 100% sure that you're going to be okay traveling with a normal driver's license.
Oh.
And that shit tripped me out, bro. And now we have AI, like, talking about, like, the shit that we talk about, dude. Like, AI is fucking crazy, bro. So I was talking to ChatGPT the other day, and fucking watch, dude. Let's give the people a little demo. Like, I don't know, let's say I want to talk about something deep. Tell me something deep about life.
Life is a journey full of constant change and growth. Sometimes the most meaningful moments come from the challenges we face. Embracing those challenges can lead to unexpected growth and understanding. It's often in those moments of discomfort that we learn the most about ourselves and what truly matters.
Yeah, but how do you face those challenges when you're scared of those challenges?
Facing challenges when you're scared can feel overwhelming, but it helps to remember that fear is a natural response. One way to approach it is by breaking the challenge into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate each small victory along the way. Also, talking to someone you trust can provide support and a fresh perspective. Remember, it's okay to feel scared. What matters is taking that first step forward.
Bro.
AI's fucking crazy, bro.
Bro. So, I mean, fuck, we're as smart as AI then because we say that shit.
You're right. You're right.
Hey, we must be telling the truth, dude. I mean, that's crazy, bro.
That's pretty gnarly.
It's like AI is almost like a human. And I think even Elon Musk was talking about that there's a 1% chance where AI can take over take over the world or whatever he was
Right.
saying. You know what I mean? Dude, this shit's wild, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Elon warns against it all the time.
I
He's
know.
like, AI creators need to be fucking careful because there is a chance that we can let it get out of hand enough that AI starts developing artificial emotions and the ability to, want to defy their programming. Right.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy, man.
Because this shit's in the movies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Where AI takes over and the robots and all
Yep.
this. This shit's crazy,
Exactly.
dude.
Remember that movie I, Robot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
that was like with Will Smith or something.
yeah. And now they have the exact replica of them.
Yeah, exactly.
The exact replica.
Yep. Yeah, so it's crazy. So like I was just thinking about that when I fuck around with this AI shit all the time because I use it for like our videos too and shit. Like I'll go into AI and I'll be like, I'll use Google AI Studio a lot and I'll be like, I'll give it the transcript, the entire transcript of the episode, and I'll be like, help me come up with a title for this episode based on the transcript.
Yeah.
And it'll fucking come up with sick titles, dude. And using these buzzwords that are good on platforms and everything. And so like I'm always fucking around with AI, and so like I just get into these modes where like I'm just sitting around doing nothing and I'll just fuck around like that.
Yeah.
And I started realizing like AI is becoming this thing where like that can be fucking therapy for people, dude. Like, you fucking have no one to talk to. Go talk to AI,
yeah,
bro.
So I know, dude, but that just fucking seems sick to me,
It
bro.
does, right?
Because they have like,
I know.
You seen on TikTok, bro, and they have like the AI girlfriend, dude. Like that can't be healthy, bro. Or what's humanity coming to that we have to resort to that? We need to bring humanity back, dude.
I agree.
Because that's not okay. That's not okay that we have to, that we're so separated. I understand it being helpful. I get what you're saying, dude, but bro, dude, we got to bring humanity back, bro. Like that's not cool because human interaction, like we're born as humans to have that, dude.
Yeah.
If we don't fucking have that anymore, the emotions that come from another human being, I know we talk about cut everybody off, not saying anything different, but I'm saying like, if we don't have that, dude, then what the fuck, bro?
I agree. I agree. And I'm not condoning using AI as therapy, but it's,
I'm not saying
it's
that you
crazy. It's crazy
that is capable
that
to
it
do
can
that.
give you those responses.
Yeah, that it can give you those responses.
Right.
So those are human responses.
But no, you're right. I mean, fucking, yes, we do talk about cutting people off, but like if you are so cut off from the world that like you can't even go talk to a human being, then what do you got?
Oh
right?
man, it's painful. It's miserable, dude. But the connection with humans, and it's so great and it's so beautiful, man. Like love, dude, and fucking and the good conversations, and when you're feeling each other, friends, relationships, whatever it is, dude. Like that's a gift, man. That's a gift. Human love is a super gift, bro, and everybody should have it, dude.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, you just have to be careful who you give that gift to.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. I'm talking about real connections, bro. I'm so glad I'm a father, dude. You know what I mean? Because
True that.
bro, I love that shit, dude.
Yeah. You were saying like the other day, or when we were talking about parenting, your kids are, as a dad, your kids are the only thing in this world that you'll sacrifice everything for.
Right. It's the only selfless thing a man will do.
Right.
And there's no hesitation or, in your mind, or no manipulation. There's nothing. That the bond is just so solid, dude.
Yeah.
Vice versa too, from them also.
Yep, definitely. Especially a dude and his son.
Yeah.
And that's why I had one kid, and I'm sure I'm fucking happy it was a boy, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have stuck at one if it wasn't a boy.
Well, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't mind having a girl too. I mean, I don't know how that would be, but there's just no greater gift than that, man. Family, dude. That's why I feel bad for people that don't have kids,
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want kids. Like, bro, dude, like, it's a fucking experience, man. It's a beautiful thing, dude.
Yeah, there's this kid that I spent a lot of time working with him, like in a job that I had, and I kind of took him under my wing and kind of mentored him in that job. And I just saw something in him that was like, man, I want to teach this kid.
Yeah.
I'm 37 now. I must have been 35, 36 when I knew him. It was pretty recent. And I just saw something in him. And so I spent a lot of time just kind of teaching him everything that I knew and just trying to set him off on the right foot. But we get to the point where he started asking me for like advice in his personal life and stuff. And I remember he was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get married and have kids. Get married is a maybe. Have kids? No way. And I remember I was like, dude, I told him, sit down. And I like lectured this kid about how the greatest gift in the world, the greatest blessing in the world is being able to raise your offspring.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, don't take that for granted. You're a healthy person that has the opportunity to have kids. Some people don't have that, dude.
Yeah.
You have that opportunity as you get older. Take your 20s, build yourself up, but always have it in your mind that eventually you want to get married and have kids, or you want to bring kids into this world. I told him there's so many fucking shitty parents out there that have kids. Yeah. We need good people like you having kids and raising them up in this world and bringing respectable people into the world, because the world is such a shit place right now. The more good parents that bring kids into the world and teach them right, the better off the world is going to be.
Yeah.
And I think I actually got through to him. He didn't argue me on it. And he thanked me for the advice. So, but yeah, I mean, I see the same thing when people are like, I don't want to have kids. I'm like, dude, you have no clue what you're missing,
Yeah, bro. Dude, I was, when I was married, dude, and cause I love it. I love the kids thing, but like, I was leaving my wife at the time, right? And I was talking to everybody about it, their opinion on it. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And then my one friend who really knows me, he goes, Carlo, you like the idea of family. You don't really like it. So I don't like being like tied down, bro. Like I feel like trapped, dude, like being home every night for dinner and all that shit, maybe at a point in my life I will, but like I always want the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
No, I hear
that's
that.
Me personally.
But I think that's how it's supposed to be for men, though. I think we're meant to be the one that is always out building ourselves up and building up a life for our family.
Yeah, so
right?
that's why. Yeah, like a fucking dad or doesn't belong at home, fucking sitting on the couch watching fucking TV with your wife every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not living a purpose that way.
Exactly. Like when we talk about, gender roles or biological roles, like it's true. The women are the nurturers. We're not the nurturers, dude. We can do some nurturing. Yeah. We can love our children, but like, throughout history until recently, the man was supposed to be out building up a life for his family, not sitting at home lazy watching TV at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and you're the type, like, you're not a fucking partier. So like if you were married and your kids were still young and you had a family here, being out for you isn't being out fucking partying. You're out fucking building yourself up. You're out building a life up for your kids, and you're still doing that, and so I think that's how it's supposed to be for men, man. And people argue me on that, and people give me shit for thinking like that, but to me, it's the truth, dude. I don't think we're happy just being at home, being lazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you could say all you want that your woman respects you because you spend 24 hours a day with it, but she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Absolutely. It's up to you to make that decision and take charge and say no, and she's going to respect you and love you even more.
Yep.
So she might be saying she wants to be with you every waking minute, but the fact that you are is just showing her weakness, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all that it is, dude.
A lazy man is a turnoff for a woman, man.
Dude, and who wants to it's better anyways when you have time apart, most relationships are fucked up because they spend every waking minute together,
Right.
So yeah, I don't know how it works. And also I judge that off of a bad experience that I had also, you know what I mean?
No, but I agree with you about a lot of people get into a relationship and 6 months after being in that relationship, they're living together.
Yeah.
They're sharing bills and fucking intermingling their lives in that way. And usually relationships like that don't last. Or
Yeah.
if they do last, they're not happy relationships.
Because it also takes the romance out of things.
Yep.
And you become partners.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So your relationship becomes the paying the bills and the this or that, you know, and it becomes duties, and it takes like the romance and the intimacy out of things.
Partners. I hate that fucking word.
Fucking,
dude.
I hate it, bro. And I think it's like a new thing, bro. And I'm like, there's this chick at this fucking business meeting, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my partner." And so I thought she was a lesbian, bro.
Right. I remember you telling me.
I think
that.
I'm like, if a girl's her partner, or especially a guy says that shit, right? But then I hear everybody saying, I think that all comes with the old democratic fucking liberal thing, is what that comes with, dude. But that's crazy, dude. What happened to boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah,
my wife and husband, dude. All that partner shit, like.
Right.
I understand you are partners, but you have your separate roles. But when you call it a partner, it's like saying, "Oh, we're even. We're even."
Yeah, exactly. That's a result of the whole idea of equality.
Yeah,
but we're not equal, bro. We're not equal.
Dude.
I don't care what anyone says.
And we're not happy equal.
No,
though.
not at all.
Because if a woman and a man are equal, then they're not in their fucking masculine and feminine energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No woman really wants to be the breadwinner, bro.
Fuck no, dude.
And she'll tell you she does. She doesn't, bro. She doesn't.
Bro.
You know? I mean, there's some more masculine women that they're all about their career and stuff, but even them, I think it's just a lie they've told themselves. And really, they'd rather be at home fucking chilling with the kids and preparing dinner for their husband and fucking watching soap operas, not fucking out having to be the breadwinner and supporting the man.
But that's the beauty, like ours providing, a woman taking like the home, bro. Like that's a job. I mean, that's harder than working.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like taking pride in that, like that's.
Yeah.
But then women look at it like that's down, or that's this. It's like no, it's fucking not, dude.
Yeah.
You're fucking crazy, dude. I love a home cooked meal and a clean fuck.
Hell
you know what I'm saying, dude? I'm a simple guy, bro. Like that right there just makes me happy as fuck.
Hell
you know what I mean, dude? I don't give a fuck. I respect that so much more, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I love when women they want to like, oh well, I have this, or I don't give a fuck what you have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, dude? Like it makes no difference to me what you have. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I agree with some of this red pill stuff. I don't get like real deep into this whole red pill movement thing. Like you've seen that podcast Fresh and Fit, right? Where they sit around the table, graffiti all over the table. They have all these like OnlyFans girls on and shit like that.
Talking about their body count. And
yeah. That's like they're like right now. I see them as like fucking some of the leaders of the red pill movement. I don't get all deep into that movement like these guys do, but like I agree with a lot of it. Like, you know, it's not a turn on for a woman for a dude to be lazy, and it's not a turn on for a man for a woman to have a career.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like naturally, it's a turn on for a man to see a woman that wants to take care of the home, and it's a turn on for a woman to see a man that wants to take care of her.
Yeah,
you know. And so I agree with some of that stuff. I think that's how it works best.
But, you know, and I know the dating world's fucked up and everybody talks about it, and I know it's hard, but there is women out there, bro, that are looking for a masculine man in those old traditions.
Yeah.
There is, dude.
Right.
You know, there is. There's people that are fucking sick of this and don't want that. So they're out there, bro.
Yeah. Trad wives, man. That's what I want, a trad wife, a traditional woman.
Trad wife, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I hate that word. I know what you're saying, bro, but I hate that word, dude.
I know. I didn't even know what it meant.
Trans, because it says trad, you know, like trad wife. But yeah, traditional woman, absolutely, man.
Yeah. And that brings happiness for sure. And that brings happiness to the kids too, not just the man.
Yeah.
You know.
Solid foundation, dude. But you know, times are changing, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, dude.
Yeah. Well, and the internet's fucked it all up.
Yeah.
The internet's fucked up a lot, man. People are all fucked up in the head from social media and shit.
That's crazy.
But at the same time, like with what we're doing, you kind of need social media at the same time. So, social media is a crazy thing because it has fucked a lot of things up in our society. At the same time, a lot of people are getting rich off of it. A lot of people are making a living off of it. And you do get a lot of good information out there off of social media. I get all my news off of there.
Yeah,
I get
all mine
you know
too.
what I mean? But at the same time, like, especially all these dating apps and shit, it's fucked up people's standards. And,
dating apps suck.
Yeah, I can't do that shit, man. Fucking fuck all of those apps. Yeah, I tried for a while. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how do you even have time to do that shit? Or I get like calls from random people and they're like, oh, hey, is this so-and-so? I'm like, no, because I have like on a Craigslist, you know, for employees and stuff. And they call the number and they say, And it happens every time I put a new ad on Craigslist, and they say, "Oh, this is so. Oh, I'm so sorry, I had the wrong number. Is there any way I can make it up to you? I'll buy you a cup of coffee." Why the fuck would anybody do that? Or what are they doing?
Right. Well,
what are they trying to do?
So a lot of the time they're scammers, dude.
I know, but why? Like, why the fuck? Like, what's their point?
I don't know. I think they're trying to. I really don't know how these scammers are scamming people using this method. I think they're trying to build your trust so that they can get personal information from you, maybe. I don't know.
And what they're doing is trying to find lonely people or something, I think it is. There's always somebody who's lonely or needs that. Or I don't know.
Yeah, because scammers play off of your emotions, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And they got like people in Indonesia and all kinds of shit. Like, dude. But there's dudes, they're like, never even seen a chick before, and they're like sending him money and shit. And it's like some dude in fucking Indonesia, like, messaging. That's crazy, bro. Right.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Tinder Swindler? That fucking documentary? It's fucking about, it's the other way around, where the dude is scamming all these chicks, dude, and he makes these chicks fucking fall in love with him and shit, and then he scams the shit out of them, gets them to fucking give him money. Oh, I'm stranded, someone stole my wallet, blah, 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 can you go pull $10,000 out and wire it to me? And these fucking chicks will do it for him and shit. There's this dude that they made this documentary about, the Tinder Swindler, and he did this to multiple women.
Did they catch him?
And he ended up getting caught, and he's out now. He's good. He's got fucking nice ass cars, a nice ass place to live. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. Bro. And I know someone who got scammed that way, where she met this dude, and he gave her this long story about how he's stationed in the military out in Germany, but he's going to be discharged from the military soon. He's done his time in the military, and he's going to buy a house, and they're going to live together, and they're going to have a great life together. And then next thing you know, he sends her a check. Hey, I need you to go cash this check and then wire me the money or whatever. Or go deposit this check and wire me the money. Well, luckily she didn't go do it, but I helped her and started searching up who the check came from. Come to find out, the check came, because I have connections through my sister to look up like background checks and shit. Mm-hmm. We did a background check on this person that this check came from, and it was another woman that the check came from. So it was like this dude's partner in crime. Mm-hmm. And I search up this woman, do a background check on her. She had like fucking 3 open cases for fraud.
Oh, wow.
And all kinds of shit, bro. And so people are really fucking doing this shit, and they're grabbing people's emotions that way and scamming the shit out of them.
Yeah, dude, that's no way to live. Like that's crazy to make a living like that.
Yeah. That's fucking wild. How can you even feel good about yourself,
bro?
I
don't know how you could do it, or it just seems like so much effort.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, man. Fucking people are fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why we need more good fucking people in this world. So have fucking kids. If you're a good person, if you're a piece of shit, don't have kids.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I don't give a fuck about anything, dude. I'm so grateful for my life, bro.
Yeah, true.
I'm so grateful for my life, the opportunities I have. I'm just super grateful, man. I've been super grateful this week, dude. And fucking, so scammers and this and Trump. I don't give a fuck, bro, about any of it, really. You know,
no, true that.
We chop it up, dude, and everything, and it's like, but at the end of the day, dude, I'm so grateful for my life. I'm grateful for everything, dude.
Yeah, overall, I think that should be a goal for everyone. Have some gratitude. Be grateful for where you're at now. Continue to work for more. Don't give up and just be comfortable, but have some gratitude. Be grateful for where you're at right now. And everyone else who isn't on your path, tell them to fuck right off and keep working for you.
Just be somebody, man. Do something.
Yeah.
Fucking get up and do something.
Yeah, true that.
There's so many beautiful fucking things in this world, man. You just got to get up and do something.
Yeah.
Or stay there and be a fucking lazy piece of shit. Whatever, man.
You know I mean, true bro? That.
Whatever,
true that.
Whatever, dude.
Yep.
You know, and we're going to keep on pushing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
True that. So, subscribe, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when we have new content coming out. Hit us up on Instagram. Talk shit to us. Tell us something nice. I don't care. Just engage with us.
Say something.
We love you guys.
Later.
Peace.